All right. Well, let us begin. Maybe. Damn. 1 second. Oh, damn. All right. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tapping your screen. Um, so first thing, obviously we're looking at the open. We got CPI data came in. I didn't even see it. I'm assuming it okay, so under the forecast, under, under. So yeah, we got an open basically at the 50% mark on IWM, still in range. This is going to be our third day in range, and on average, right, usually the range on IWM lasts for 2 to 3 days, and you'll see continuation. So we're obviously hoping that that might be the case today, but getting a positive or what should have been a positive catalyst leading you up to a major rejection level and then not doing anything, could set us up for a pullback. And I think looking at this, I kind of see that potential here for a pullback underneath 261 back down to 259. I cannot, or I don't see anything else, obviously, unless we end up losing that floor. So if you're looking at that short, I do think that depending on where we open, this is the third time at the top. So if we are pulled back down, and especially if you want to look at it this way, right? That's what you had to get here. So if you lose it, we could be looking at a nice pullback to the downside. Now to the upside, just because we have to, this is what you're currently sitting up against, right? And so it makes a whole lot of sense why price is doing what it's doing and how little empty space it has to run up above us. So if we have enough juice, hopefully we can just get to ripping. I don't really see that being a potential with that sort of reaction. But oh, damn. Only the bell can tell, obviously. So this open reminds me of the open at highs before the thunder dump. What'd you say?
Uh, I was just going to say that what time frame would be appropriate for this setup for a candle close?
Probably the 5:15.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just being closed back down underneath that overhead resistance, I think is enough. But then looking at what's underneath you, I mean, you can always utilize any of this structure, um, to take this to the downside. So good morning, Potters. I miss you. Miss you too, Oscar. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold that thought. God, dude. All right, sorry about that. Anybody else put a hat on? Put a hat on for what? I just found out today you're the creator of the Potterbox method. Yeah, yeah, that's me. All right, sorry about that. Be sure to tap your screen if you're on TikTok. How low is cost basis today? We got a chunk to work through. So we got a chunk to work through. It's going to be a drop underneath 260.95 on IWM, and of course there's some more 260.35, and of course this will be your last. If we did see a pullback today, this would be kind of the last straw, and that would separate you from that empty space. So, all right, the box I have above is right here. I mean, it has the points of contact. It's a box. So it makes sense that we, pushed up to where we did. All right. Cost basis, yeah. Why does this fucking thing keep turning off? All right. I don't know how to do the chart or take the chat away. I think you like swipe left or swipe right or something. All right, let's look at SPY. So SPY has a little bit more of a channel here that I actually drew this yesterday and predicted that maybe we saw a pullback down to that, but we didn't. We actually saw the 3 rejections first. So there is, yes, I think a day trade possible, short play at some point, and SPY's probably a little bit cleaner than IWM, surprisingly. Obviously, a punch down under 679.62 today, and you'd be looking at A, and this is unfortunately has to be your first target, A, and then obviously B, which would be 676.42. So, short play. I mean, if it punches down below this structure at 674.74, we can talk shop about the empty space underneath us, but that's what I see at the moment. So, now to the upside, again, just in case we do see some sort of continuation, I think it is relatively clear what has to be broken on SPY. Like, there's no question for me what's above, or yeah, what's above basically. And there is a gap, kind of a sneakier gap, I guess, if you will. Empty space is 686.66. So if by some chance we were able to push and break overhead, and that's exactly what we hit this morning. So that is our overhead high and our overhead resistance separating us from 687. So yo, you guys are wild. That's not oh my god, I had to go craft something. Never mind. You guys are can't share anything, dude. Oh my god, why is it so loud? Jesus Christ. I just put on whatever I saw. All right, last one, QQQ. Now this one's pretty interesting to me, and my levels were perfect, 613.11. If I gave you guys that one yesterday. Now this might be the only one that has a remaining empty space target of 615, and that's what we hit this morning, or we hit 613, basically dead slap center. So if we are able to pop over orb 615.87 to the upside, and of course, like the other ETFs, there is of course building underneath us, and it's not like we don't have a clear signal, right? So 609.35, and we might end up seeing a pullback underneath us into the structure below. 30-minute time frame has you sitting around 606.50 on a pullback with this. So again, on all 3 ETFs, I think Qs are not opening up in range. Qs are opening up, if I'm not mistaken, having hit an overhead high. SPY on the 24-hour is not necessarily in range. So, I mean, it is opening up outside of its range or outside of its previous day's high. And, for me, it's sitting up against a floor or a resistance, if you will. So we'll see what the market gives us today. Obviously, read and react. CPI, I figured would have propped and held us up, but we'll see if that energy continues into the bell. Yeah, so a couple of individual equities. So I'm going to go through TTD, which I was just looking at a potential cheap retest of 2117 today. So just keep your eyes peeled on a break over the wick at 2081 for a potential, and it's only potential right now. I will be out of this trade basically below 2050, but 2121 or 2125 will be the target up ahead of us if we can get that retest today. So my goal here is obviously see if price will reclaim the floor, which would lead to a much larger potential play back up, maybe even to the 2650. So, PayPal this morning still sitting in its range. Again, don't have any greater insight on exactly, when we can expect the news that this thing is likely building up for. But I have a position obviously waiting for that. We're still sitting up against resistance. So, again, if you have hedges, you can look underneath the cost basis at 44.80 to drop to the floor, but this one's still hot on my radar. Tesla has a pretty good setup, actually. The only thing I really don't like about this one is how many 4-hour candles it's taken to get a shit bounce. I mean, a shitty bounce. On the hourly time frame, you're still well underneath this, which is basically 348.91, and it separates us from what I would consider to be a really profitable play here up to this floor here, and of course up to this 361 area. So I like that for Tesla, but of course I need to see that 348, 48. I mean, this is a trade I think everybody who is watching right now, if it triggers, because if you get into this before it triggers, that's up to you. That's on you. But I do see this one as being a pretty profitable play. I would expect some sort of turbulence around 653, but that's what I see at the moment. Again, but being bothered by the amount of 4-hour candles it took, the goal is to hold price. So all right. Make sure you drop your request if you have anything you want me to take a look. What's the prices on the side? That's the price of the stock. What do you mean? Can you not see it? Oh, thank you for the gifts, guys. Yeah. All right. Let me take a peek at a firm here. Yeah, so I'm still watching a firm. Even though it did pop up to 53, it got pulled back in, but it is still holding 48.85. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on this one to maybe rotate in this area. Could still give us the move that we're looking for. U.S. Iran talks set amid uncertainty. An Iranian delegation is set to arrive in Islamabad Friday after high stakes talks with the U.S. aimed at turning a fragile ceasefire into a lasting deal. Iran is expected to send senior officials, while U.S. delegates include Vice President J.D. Vance and top envoys. Uncertainty remains high. Iran has an officially confirmed participation. Fighting continues in Lebanon. Major gap persists, especially over the Strait of Hormuz. Talks are happening, but a breakthrough is far from guaranteed. Very good. Traders bets that the Fed will stay on hold all 2026. Gasoline prices climb, and U.S. CPI was the most on record since 1967. All right.
Just gonna go into Saturday for that, right?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Um. All right, there we go. All right. Let me know what you guys are watching. Let's take a look at it. PLTR here this morning is just sitting right around the floor. You've got this small range here that you're sitting at, kind of the 50% mark, but I would be looking at 128. Any sort of upside potential, which, yeah, it is something that you could be looking at for PLTR this morning, I think would be more than likely made through the what is that, 130.85. So step one would be recover the floor at 130, and then step two would be 132, 130.32, and then 130.85, and that could get you moving in the right direction, or the upside rather. It's actually not a bad setup at all. I might actually keep my eyes on this one. I'll set an alert on PLTR. That's a good setup. All right, UPS doesn't look bad. It's sitting basically right at that previous resistance it was before, with the nearest target being 103.62. Yeah, you're opening up right there. So, I mean, it's just over your highs that you're looking for, that 103, maybe 104 area. It looks good.
Hey, Potter,
Yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry to get in back in the PLTR. Where would you set your alert? 130.31 or 130.85?
I set my alert in that box. So as soon as price hits the bottom of that box, I'll get an alert.
Okay.
But I will warn those of you guys who are, not warn you, but pay attention to that empty space right here at 130.47, because that's what's going to be easiest to fill. And you could take this theoretically over that high. You could take this up, and it would be 130.50 that I would be. That's actually where this punches through, and then you'd have a target right here at 131.65. It's not a bad setup, even on the lower time frame.
Yeah, I've been looking at it. Yep. Fell
Yeah.
off fast, so that you did.
Yeah, you got to be ready for that one too. So. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so you're sitting at the 50% mark, getting driven down every single time you get there. You've also filled up so this is important, right? Because this is where the attention to detail is key, right? That is the structure that popped out and then punched through this box, leaving empty space behind, which you have filled up to a T. So the obvious answer here is you'd have to push through this, or yes, you are going to possibly be subject to a pullback underneath 90.72. So the goal is to get a punch through 98.88, and that's where you see empty space up above you, but you're going to have to hold what you see underneath you. So Marvel, or is Marvel worth looking at? To take a trade, I don't take trades that are already ripping. That is one of the biggest rules that I have. Unless something has given me a proper retest or stopped for a day, I cannot feasibly take something that has been ripping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and is already near a major overhead 24-hour resistance. That's me personally. So that's 127. Knock yourself out if that's what you think. But I think it's just too risky to try to take something and just not have a lot of room left to run, unless you're looking at all-time highs, which that's a different story. So yes, if you're watching the live streams and you hear an echo, mute the stream. So Meta, which is driving me fucking nuts not to trade, but I've been doing my best not to do that, does actually have a floor, you could say, basically recovered. Even if you want to hug this one up at this 362 level. So over the wick at 637.71, you would have a target on Meta, and I think we talked about this last week, but 648.25 would be the remaining target here for you on this trade. So what's a punch box, if I don't mind explaining? That's actually fun. I like that. But it's not a punch box. It's called a punch back. And it's where, for example, if I have an area of consolidation like this, if price was able to break through the 50% mark here, I would be promised a new high. That's essentially what my strategy says, that the 50% mark of a box or a Potter box is where price distributes that volume driving forward. Or if you're coming back down, like, in the example I just showed you a second ago, it's just that in reverse. So a punchback is, I mean, you could look at it this way too. This was a 24-hour punchback right here. You move through the 50% mark. Earnings, obviously, the wick you don't even feel, but this punchback moves through the 50% mark and, of course, into that empty space up above. So that is a punchback. Let's see. Oh, up. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't hit this 64 level. However, you do have kind of like this, I would say 63.93. Yeah, and I was just going to say this. This is also like basically your overhead resistance. So I would say right now, look at 63.83 and 64. Why not 61.8%? Because that's not where the volume is at. The volume is concentrated at the 50% mark in between those two averages. Hence the cost basis. Now that looks good. That looks good. On the 24-hour, maybe it takes away a little bit of that luster. But it doesn't take away from the clear 144 target that you see here. There's obviously a lot of empty space, but I think the first and most logical target here over these highs is, a 137.50 and 140.67 target. So it's not a bad setup. And it does have a lot of empty space up here. So if you can recover those floors, you might be looking at some serious empty space. All right. EOSE up. Okay, so price definitely punch is in the middle of a punchback. So you are technically waiting. I would say 736 is your target to the upside here through this punchback, man. I don't trade, I don't trade all-time highs. I do not. QQQ bias? I don't have biases when we open up in range, man. I mean, I guess with the Qs, we're opening up having already tapped a major overhead resistance with an overhead resistance at 616 above. So if we break our highs, then maybe that's what you can see. Obviously, we want to stay above the previous day's highs here as well. Or I actually already showed people this morning that that's where you could be looking at a potential punch down, basically through the boxes that you built underneath you. And I'll be looking for that potential, obviously today. But it's Friday after, again, a historic move. We've got 3 off the top on IWM, which I think is fucking really interesting. I'll be watching this one because, 3 off the top. For that's 1, 2, 3. We've got, we could probably say 1, 2, 3 here. So, oh my God. Tesla. I am watching Tesla today. I just don't know that it's going to be able. Again, the 4-hour candles. It took you 2 4-hour candles to rip ass. And normally on a bounce trade for Tesla with empty space back up above, it doesn't take this much effort. I'm okay with that. So, again, not my favorite, but it's not a question. 349 is where this is a great setup. Again, I want to repeat, anybody could probably trade this. Anybody. The contracts are cheap enough, even if you're, looking out a little bit, you could, you could play this one. So, but I got to have that trigger fire. Got to have it. And then I will say, you know, watch for 350, 335. Schwab.
You know, that Tesla has a chance if it breaks 347.99 to go up to like 355, 362. You know, marks like that, right? On the 4 hour.
Um,
I, I got to keep switching from my computer. That's why the delay to my phone to talk to you. My
no, you're
computer.
okay. Um, uh, what the fuck? Why am I? Yeah, so 349 has a potential to give you 353 and 359.75 is basically the targets that I have on this one. So it's a lot of, it's good empty space up there. So
I'm going to hit it. Yeah, I'm going to hit it. My
yeah.
mind's made up. All right, thanks.
Yeah. So, okay, people are confused on this Tesla trigger. So let's start this back over. All right, because I'm obviously pitching this one as something you. All right, first of all, that has to be recovered, right? That's 349.75. Move that over to your left, right? Nothing really here. 2 hour time frame. Now we're starting to see obviously the importance, but we're going to pull it down just a hair. Okay, that's the overhead resistance that separates us from the empty space that's directly back up above us. 30-minute time frame. I do like to draw these out, you know, these small ranges, just so I have them. But ultimately, it is going to be, right, a push or punch over candle close 348.46 or 349. And that's where we're looking for price to push up into, you know, obviously this empty space here. So do not be surprised, okay, if this does punt, if we see the markets pull back, don't be surprised that this one goes and touches my 340, 350 price target. What I am telling you is keep this one on the radar, regardless of what happens today. If it wicks up and then pushes back down, right, and builds in here, or if it fucking, you know, even pushes down now, you can reutilize everything that it has here to take it again. But it's going to be a good trade as long as we're patient on it. So,
That's exactly what it's been doing.
yeah, yeah.
Well
It
done,
well,
running back down.
it's been selling off, and you can see that energy doesn't that transfers to, or from the we saw the big rip up, and Tesla didn't give a shit about it. You know what I mean? And we saw that from a lot of things that continued to fall. So Tesla could still have some more bearishness to peel out before it, you know, continues moving back up. So CPI. CPI either CPI for us as options traders just serves as a catalyst, or like almost puts a pin in the market and says, yeah, we're bullish, or yeah, we're bearish, or no, we're not going anywhere. So it is kind of like a, you know, after effect. Usually, if I, as a swing trader, um, the price target's either been hit because of that catalyst or it has not. So I'm not really as deeply affected by CPI as like futures traders are. I just watched people on TikTok like full port CPI just for it to have come in and not go anywhere. So, all
Hey,
right.
Porter, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, just a quick question about this analysis on Tesla. Uh, one of the things that always confuses me is we could go up and but we could also go down. What I've now started to understand a little better is that's why the levels matter, right? In terms of the closures of candles, right? So we're waiting for candle closures, being patient. So for something like this, given the levels that were marked out, or in general, when we mark out levels that, we don't want to lose, um, this cost basis, what time frames are you looking for a loss of that particular price?
15 to 5 minute time frame. If it's clear on the 15, 5, you know, all the way down, I mean, you know, I could even be looking at the 30-minute candle as it comes to a close to generate a bias. So 30-minute to 5 minute is going to be acceptable, you know, obviously with the 5 minute, you know, let those candles close. You know, 15-minute I think is going to give you a solid general direction. But yeah, so if where it's clearest, right? So if I took you to the 2 hour, I wouldn't really be able to like give you the same marks, right, at all.
Right.
If I took you to the hourly, you could see the overhead resistance, but that's it. If I take you to 30, now you can see it, right? And so that's where that analysis is applicable because you can't use what you can't see, so you have to, I would say 30, 15, and 5. So,
And then again, last question is more, especially these lower time frames when they are day trades, as
yeah.
opposed to if you were looking at a larger swing trade, then you're looking at the higher time frames and closures of candles for those higher time frames.
So sometimes, yeah. So for like a swing trade at the end of the day, let's say we saw Tesla do what I drew out here, right?
Hmm.
It pops up and then it fades down, punches through this box, hits 253, and then sinks down to the floor, bump, and then spends the whole day bouncing at the floor just to end with a reversal. That's where we would say, okay, we've got 1, 2, and now 3. We've got 1, 2. I guess actually we won't count that one, but 1, 2, 1, 2, and then that would be 3. And then if we saw like a 24-hour candle on Tesla closing green, right, up against or around 349 to 350, that's a swing trade, right? Up into, and it's not necessarily like the cleanest empty space trade here, but it does offer enough clarity on the 4 hour to tell me that it's a good target of 364. I think my only issue is that I don't want people getting stuck on
Yeah.
being bullish when it's taken you this many 4 hour candles to bounce. Now that can be resiliency or resilience, but that most of the time is weakness, is when you have to expend that much time and that much energy to just get to touch that trigger. So we
Hmm.
have backup plans for opening up the Strait of Hormuz.
Hey, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And that was top down analysis.
That's top down analysis.
What you just said about Tesla.
Yeah, yeah. What the fuck? This is trash. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Huh, Bobble's looking good. Bobble looks good. Huh, that's rare.
Oh no,
Bobble,
not this again.
what did you say?
Baba
I
gives
might
me
swing.
like nightmares.
Yeah, I understand. I might swing trade this one. 136.50. What was that? Sony. Sony. What you talking about? Keep an eye on that one today. I know it's not a day trade. Never. Fuck it. This is financial advice, but like, dude, try to avoid ever day trading Sony. Most of the time, this is all you're gonna get. Slow gaps, right, to wherever it is that you're looking. So I just looked at that one, Tommy. It's not for me. XAIO or whatever the fuck, XAIO. Yeah, I don't even have that in, unless you're talking about that one. Yeah, brother, this is a pump and dump. I wouldn't expect for this one to go much higher. Yeah, not until you get 228, which you're struggling to hold on to. So, but if you caught that one, great. I'm not a penny guy though. I used to watch my coworkers right before I started trading. Maybe like 9.5, 10 years ago. I used to watch my coworker. I watched my coworker make $43,000. I saw it on his screen, and then it was gone, like fast. Bam, candle down. I was like, no way. I think it halted. and he was up 47 bands and then gone. I was like, dude, no way. AVGO looks like it nothing's gonna stop it at the moment. Up against the wicks this morning, that's obviously great. Stay above 353. You've got empty space to the upside over here to your left, which I'd be looking at 371.50 as a target to the upside. All right, I'll be right back. Anybody catch Amazon? Yeah, we caught Amazon. 2,000%. My next one's PayPal, which I never am bullish on PayPal. I fucking hate PayPal, but watching that one next. I think today's downside target, if we lose our floor, would be the previous 256. So do you know what contracts that you're selecting? You got your higher time frame set up, ready to go, triggers ready? I hope so. PayPal's a slow mover, you think? I think it's going to move fast. I think that we're waiting on PayPal to have news. I don't know what the news is, but I suspect yeah, that's what we're waiting for, personally. Yeah. Snap is doing smart glasses now. I mean, there's a fudge ton of empty space up there. You know, anything at this point for them is positive. Any news is good news. It's 24-hour 512, even though this is more of a range and not of a box. So, but I mean, the potential of the upside, obviously, this thing could see any sort of resurgence. You could see a big play out of that. Schwab. So it does look good for 99.50, maybe 102 on earnings. I get it. I think, have maybe like a 89.20 as a target just in case this thing obviously dumps for earnings, and you punch down through your own box. So, all right, a few seconds here, guys. Listen, if we're not moving, neither am I. I'm out. Ding, ding, ding. I might do a little starter short position off of that bounce that you just had off of cost basis right there on the 3-minute. I might start edging into a few short positions.
Oh my god.
I was just trying to use your word, see how it felt. I don't know how you could have said that, dude. That's terrible.
Yeah, it took me a day to realize that. Asleep.
Oh no, not one of those. Lay and wake up and like, oh shit. TTD is moving. If anybody picked up any TTD yesterday. Yeah, I understand you. Okay, now I could actually use this box too. All right, we're touching our pre-market range here. Tesla. Is pushing that high right now. 349.67. There it is. Wow, TTD. Nice push on TTD. Nice rejection on IWM there. I don't like how fast Tesla ripped up there. That was ridiculous. So it'd be kind of nice to retest there. 5 minute. Stop losses have to be there, or you wait for the candle to close. You're heading to Tybee Island. Joy, you live in Savannah? Patience. There it is. I can hear myself talking. Somebody's got their mic open. I can't stand the sound of my own voice. I don't know what it is. I don't know how you guys listen to me. Or fall asleep to my voice. Some people say they fall asleep. Much effort. There you go, Rogue. Oh, no way, Joey. Nice. Okay, it fell back underneath, so we could use it reclaiming that. Yo, whose mic is open? I hear the sound of, oh, Shep. Shep, your mic is open, brother.
My bad.
Oh, you're good, man. I just want, it's just my trauma, I don't want you to have to feel like I did.
Don't want y'all to hear the hub in the back,
Yeah. I want to join your Discord, but I'm a little confused. Do you give out daily and swing trades? I do not give out. I go over. I tell you what I'm doing. I try to be as detailed as I can about it, but the ultimate goal for my Discord is not to signal you to what to buy and sell forever for the rest of your life. It's for you to be able to use a strategy and employ it and use it for yourself. Be able to be independent, which we literally, we just had somebody come in here for a week and make some bands. I think they're actually staying, but they were going to leave. Somebody bought them a monthly. Yeah, talks are tomorrow. I'm a strong believer that signals do not work long term. All right, so you got a gift on Tesla. It shot out and it got pulled back. So if you missed, everybody probably. I mean, that was 1 minute candle. So let that thing retest here. IWM has just crossed one of my first triggers here to the downside. I got it up above me on my other screen, but this one just crossed that first trigger to the downside. Damn, nice. Holy shit. That Marvel's at all-time high. Yep, it slapped that, didn't it? Nice. I love that episode. How do you guys hear that? They took our jam. I think 260.50 is the highest. You're right. As fast as Tesla went up, it came down. That's why I don't like when it goes that fast. And I went down to the 1 minute to see how it responded to that, what it broke. And because it didn't bounce, I didn't get in. I just didn't. I did grab a few IWMs through that box. I got in a little late, but I was trying to get in at this break here, but I'm in like basically right here. Just try to use this pre-market 261.99. Otherwise, it's going to pop up, retest that empty space all the way, and then we could see continuation of the downside. Yeah, I scaled into some IWMs. Small position. We're in range. We are in range. I'm taking the rejection based off of the 3 rejections overhead, looking at a pullback to 260.50, and then at that point, yes, like because of the box, right? We've got, you know, multiple 2 off the bottom, 3 off the top. A lot of the times this works out as a pullback. So I'm speculating on that. Keeping it cheap, you can hit the 258s or you could hit the 257 strikes and see what that gives. But while we're in range, I try to stick with those out of the money contracts to keep myself lower risk until I have the ability to know that price is going to keep retreating. So I don't even mind letting this retest at 262.24, but let's see if Tesla pulls itself back up. Tesla did pull back. Watch it to pop back out of 347.58 on the 3 minute. If you look at Tesla, I'm not calling this out as like a play, but if you look, it's stuck underneath there. If that candle, it has a pretty high likelihood of potentially punching down with that. But if it's able to pull itself back up, yeah. Right now, the bearish vibes are in. Tesla has just lost its floor. Telling you that this could be leading to, so let me show you really quickly. Take this or leave it. You could be looking at a higher 5-minute time frame punch down, like I talked about this morning, to this target right here on Tesla. Not a huge move, but for those of you day trading, you could be looking for that punch down to occur. You are bouncing there and retesting, so you'll have time.
Did that IWM play is fire.
You like that trigger? That little IWN trigger?
Yes, sir.
I made it just for you. I made it out of clay, like a dreidel.
Thanks for edging.
You're welcome. There's nothing you can say to This is where things are going to get weird.
We have that consumer sentiment, which really doesn't do anything, but we have that at 10.
Day trade the Qs. Did the Qs look like madness right now? Hell no. With all price right now, I mean, let it settle. Let it settle. Let it build. Higher time frame setups haven't really. I think the IWM obviously is off to a great start, but Qs, if you look at the Qs right now, damn, look at that, man. That's something else. That's something else. I love boxes. I love boxes more than your cat does.
My cat said no.
No, I do. Tell your cat to. Tell your cat to.
I tried. Doesn't care.
Damn. Got a beast cat right there, dude. It's broken. I'm seeing everything else popping back up to retest. Expect possibly the same thing out of IWM here. We're going to hang on to the cheap out of the money setup that I have. Anything re-climbing or reasserting itself back over 262, 262.33, and that's bearish. Waiting for
There's really
CPI.
the way it's going up.
We already got CPI, brother. Yeah, we already got CPI. There's the pop. You said SMCI alert? Ah, fuck. That's all you guys. You got it.
Hey, Potter.
Uh-huh.
FABL just retested all-time highs, by the way, too.
Yeah, I saw that. Somebody on TikTok, I think, took that one as well.
Have you ever looked at the SNDK stock? It's
Yeah,
movement is crazy.
I want to short it, but it's obviously not a great idea.
You're crazy.
I am. Yeah, I kind of wanted to.
Nvidia's looking pretty good, too. Excuse me, sorry.
Okay. God, Chad, you're so rude.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah, you punched through this one, then fell back into your range. So
I like rude. Hit me with that, Chad.
he likes rude.
If it's
Buenos dias, by the way, Senor Daniel.
Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Brenner's Harmon
Buenos-
is somewhere else.
It doesn't look bad, man. You reclaimed the floor here. IWM setting up. Okay, so Qs are really, 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 really struggling here. Tesla's getting heavier and heavier. This is kind of a good place to be looking for price to get filled up. If you missed IWM down the first time, you could be watching for a retest and pull back. You said Amazon's going crazy. Oh my god, dude. Oh, hold your runners, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm out of that one.
1,550%.
It's fucking crazy, man.
88 cents to 14.60.
That's
Oh man, that is beautiful.
that's a beautiful trade right there, my
I
guy.
did 88 to about 600 and got out.
Yeah, I got out there early too.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that. Like,
I mean, I think that pullback definitely could have allowed us to get back in, the first time it pulled back. And even that candle close right there was bullish enough to possibly go long on again. But, I mean, not bad still. All right, Tesla just popped back outside of that pre-market high.
Yeah, well, I had 2 weeks out. 225s on Amazon.
Damn.
Yep.
Let's see. Wish Affirm or PayPal would fucking whatever they're waiting for. PayPal's actually pulling back right now as we speak. It's all in range though. I don't care where
Wait,
PayPal goes, but
I got May 8th on that. PayPal.
yeah, I have hedges.
Video 190s for Monday or 38 cents. Is that real?
Damn, it's pretty cheap for. You said what is this strike?
April 13th.
What strike?
190s. They're trading at 38 cents right now. 39 cents.
No shit, dude. That actually is low, extremely low risk for Nvidia. I
I was looking for a week out for 195s, and those are 7 cents for Monday, which isn't probably enough time. But
I mean, the chart supports that sort of speculation for sure.
right, that's what I'm thinking.
I put about a stack into that one. I don't see why not.
A lot of other people agree with you. They're already at 49 cents.
You serious? What the fuck?
You just built them up, bro.
I'm trying. I can't get it to take.
Damn, 55 cents on them, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're not.
Hey, can you guys stop doing that every time I talk about an option? No, I'm just kidding.
Potter, now click the sell button. Sell it all. Sell it all.
I'm gonna dump it on you guys.
Dude, the NQ is so trash right now. I haven't taken like a single trade on that one. It's so trash.
I'm just holding a little shorty on IWM right now, but Andromeda.
Yeah, IWM is cleaner because it's weak while Q's is trying to pump up. It was just holding down.
I mean, I'm looking at this one on the higher time frame. You know, again, 3 rejections, lower highs. It's got empty space underneath it.
You have the Mondays? Or
Yeah.
Friday?
I have Mondays in today, but I'm, small position. Right now, we can still flip bullishly. So just, we haven't lost. As soon as we lose that, I think we get that drop. So came to me, I fell back down, realizing. I would say Nvidia has pushed prices extreme hard to raise prices, and Circle Finances is holding back. Empty space is empty space, man. I don't think that hard about stuff. That's empty space. And Nvidia damn well, I would assume before it dies, it fills that empty space.
195s for next Friday or 60 cents.
I think add a little bit of time on that then.
This is the slowest start I've seen in a while, the first half hour.
Yesterday was pretty slow too. It started grinding up though, I guess a little bit faster. But yeah. You know what though? It makes
Looks like things are gonna pop. Yeah.
hope so. No, I mean it makes sense though, that price after, what we saw would, and a couple of individual equities are still just like Amazon's fucking still ripping. So what's Meta doing? Meta's pulling back. Ooh, Meta, damn. Dun, 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 dun.
Then he announced he's investing 600 billion by 2030.
Who?
Zuck.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I don't know, man. I still can't. Netflix actually does look good short with a stop loss of 101.80 down to $100.86. You don't have much time though. What the fuck happened to AMD? Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh, hold runners. Even I gotta remind myself to do that shit sometimes. That shit still had empty space up there. That's empty space for you, man. I'm telling you. Even though right now you have a few interrupting like candles here, like you are ripping through empty space right now. Yeah, I just did. Make up your mind, Tesla. Choppy little bastard. Yeah, candle close on that one though.
First test in NVIDIA right here on the 2 hour.
Whoa, yeah, SMCI. Yeah, you killed that. 25-21. Semiconductors are going crazy. My Nvidia cons are already up. Yeah, you should be up already on Nvidia if you got into that. We're hitting PT or I mean you could trim again, but no, yeah, you could be looking at that next wick here at 188.85 hopefully. See semiconductors are going crazy right now though.
My Mondays are up 30%, and next Fridays are up 22% already.
Nice.
We could get
CR
190 today.
Yeah, you could squeeze out hard enough. I'm smiling too. I see myself to you. Oh wait, hold on. MU is kind of lagging in that group. Watch MU. It's starting to punch over 424, 28. I don't have a clear empty space target on that one. I do have a target though of 430 and 430, 434. Nice job, Peter. Yeah, probably could have held my shares on that one, but
MU's cons are crazy expensive though.
somehow IWM is still sitting heavier. At least for right now, it is.
That's what I like about
So
it.
is SPY.
Yeah, ETFs are just sitting there. Any targets on the video, Pat? I mean, I'm kind of. There's room to definitely trim on this one, but dude, I kind of am looking at the 192 target, 192 and 193.65.
I bought 192.50 cheap for Monday. PLTRs in a tank.
Stop. Toothless. You dick. Stop. Dude, my cat has learned to scratch on my fucking screens on my window to fucking, he leaves holes in them. Jackass.
Yeah, that's always gonna be there.
That's good. When people drive by, you think you're broke.
Holy shit.
Got a hole on his fucking screens. This guy, look at this guy.
The monitors and vents of your computer? Oh, dude. My
That's the
that
best security system I've ever heard of.
my yeah, right. My cat threw up on top of my $8,000 PC. And that is the most my patience has been tested in a long time. Yesterday, I bought Ellie a hot dog from Five Guys because I got everybody burgers, and she dropped the hot dog on the second bite right into Coco's open mouth. And she had to sit there and just think about it. I was like, nah, man.
That's like having
Uh,
an ice cream cone in the fucking
That's funny. You just sat there and thought about it.
I just sat there, I didn't react. That is half of being patient, is just not reacting. It's like, give yourself a second to like, at first I'm like, oh my God. And then like 10 seconds pass, I'm like, it's a fucking hot dog, you know? And if I don't, you know, I'm the one who bought her a fucking Five Guys hot dog when one hot dog from Five Guys is the price of one pack of hot dogs from the store. So if I got anybody to be mad at, it's me, because if I bought the pack of hot dogs, I could have given her a backup dog, but you know. Yeah, on the PC, Kitty, blink twice if you need help. My cats are happy, trust me. They have a life of luxury. Shit, even the outside cats that we've somehow adopted eat like really good food, so. I take care of strays. I can't help it myself. There's like this Siamese cat. I'd named him Mocha. And he is one of the most beautiful. He's got blue eyes. It's a Siamese with like blue eyes. They're a little cockeyed, so he ain't looking at the same. But that's why I love him. Entry here on IW input right now. Oh, you're talking about the retest? I was just gonna say probably an exit, but we'll see if we get this retest here. The retest and then break down, but otherwise, you know, this play is about to go the other, possibly the other way. We didn't lose enough yet. We'll see. We'll see. I see 262.39 as like a no more, but I'd like to see that empty space that we've created reversed upon. So, but everything else is moving up right now. So what's AVGO doing? AVGO ripped, dude. Again. Where'd that one go to? Oh, dude, you hit first target, first TP. I mean, that's not my TP, but your TP. Maybe, I don't know.
417%.
Nice job, Chad.
On my 400 calls for June.
Chad's buying everybody dinner.
It's nuts. I only have 4 winners
AMD ripped too. I don't know if you guys saw AMD, but AMD ripped. I still had a couple contracts on that.
You're the best amongst us, dude. The finest. Yeah, I did not.
Way down.
I might have to take a position on First Solar. Look at that. Little weird ass setup. Definitely would have liked it a little bit better off of the floor. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on that one. I'm not taking a position on it yet, but I like that empty space. 240 potential, but it does have 215 up there. A stop loss on the video contracts, well, depending on where you got in, I would say that this big box right here, this is right before Chad called it, or right during, but 186, 185.90, and the trade's probably no more. All right, let's see IWM. Great rejection. Yeah, wonderful rejection. That's exactly what we were looking for. You said TCM. I'm watching IWM on my other screen. Oh my god, you think I'll like it? If this is the one, I don't like that because it doesn't have good volume. Come on, 3 off the top, IWM. You said Neo? What's Neo doing? Oh, it's squeezing and it's filling up its own empty space. Seems everything is pulling back. 25.25 on SMCI though. That was the candle open on that hourly. Mara is up at the overhead 24-hour or 4-hour resistance. It looks great. It does look great. It obviously just needs to get over fucking $10. $10 break, and then, you know, I think, you know, with Bitcoin cooperation, you could see a nice move, a really nice move on Mara. Tesla is still bundling up. Still all bundled up. Damn. Indonesian peacekeepers from the UN were killed by an Israeli shell yesterday. No kidding. Whoa. Did you see the First Lady's odd Epstein press conference? Yeah, I have thoughts on that. I think she was a victim. I like Toby Lou. My son and me both listen to Toby Lou. $259 I'm shorting. 259. Oh yeah, I mean, if we can get that far. I want news or something to just fucking hit. But that means that all of your empty space plays on the other side of things, upside, are in jeopardy. Good bounce on NVIDIA. So stocks rip up really, really high and then kind of fizzle out as the ETFs stay underneath their overhead resistances. So obviously that puts into question whether or not we have enough juice. I mean, we hit all the targets we were supposed to hit. Unfortunately, with Qs, the reason I'm not trading those is they just don't have that clarity, right? IWM does. I can see what I want out of that one, even if it is just from box to box. Yeah, low risk. Keep it low risk. We're in range. We're in range. If you keep it low, I'm keeping it low risk, out of the money. I told everybody I didn't like the open in range. Open up against resistance. You have a couple of stocks rip ass. I mean, rip, and they're heavy hitters too. So it's like, especially Nvidia, but you don't see that follow through from the Qs. That to me is interesting. As we see a new low. Don't call me no more. Okay. It's 10:07 here. I mean, sometimes, yeah, if you see those setups and you take that trade, and if it doesn't end up going where you wanted to go, then you walk it away.
The shocking thing is how poorly this run rate translates, or how low testosterone the left actually is.
Peter Thiel is a fucking psychopath, dude. Why is psychopaths got to start AI companies? I guess who else would do some shit like that? Space is actually looking. I'm still holding some space. I'm still holding space. Yeah, I'm still holding space. I expect for this one, I'm holding for 450. I have space contracts cheap, but oh boy, they're gonna pop that shit back up and keep it in a box. Everybody being patient, I hope. Nobody being impulsive right now. I hope.
But on that note, I was just about to ask you, what do you think about the 340s for today on Tesla?
340s for today on Tesla. Yeah, I think 343 getting hit is a real possibility with its weakness, pop out and then suck back in. Yeah, I could see that being a real possibility, man. Sorry, Poppy, trying one micro short. I mean, if you're trying something, try something. But as long as you're doing it with good risk, that's being smart. I'm not saying don't trade. I'm just saying be smart. Feeling right. I need and if anybody in here has there you go, IWM. That's what I'm talking about. Give me the dump. Yeah. Why coin down? Because market go down. There we go, IWM. You fucking sick bastard. Send it. Being patient for it to go down with this pop. Yeah, pop and drop. Pop, lock, drop. Shit made my knees crack just fucking thinking about it. Nice. Any thoughts on Apple? No shit, bro. What the fuck? Apple's on some whole, is on some whole other shit. The only thing that I see in front of you, my friend, is 261. That's the only target that I have overhead. 261, 260, 225 at the most. Now, I did mention how good Apple looked on the 24-hour to rip all the way to 271, but that's still a couple of triggers away. In fact, I have a cost basis trigger of 263.28 for a fucking phenomenal play to 270, which again, I'm not a big Apple guy, but an Apple a week makes some money, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's what the news could be for PayPal.
He's trying to punch back on the lower time frame.
Who is?
Qs.
Yeah. IWM still hasn't lost enough for us to be bearish, right? You get a 2-minute candle push down. Doesn't matter if the higher time frame is still holding. This is our pre-market low box right here. We just bounced right off of a cost basis on the 2-minute. Again, you can see these things. This is attention to detail. You can see the uniformity on that floor before you punch back. Actually, it was pretty cool. Should we take a few months on Apple? A month would probably be acceptable. No, I'm not getting out. It's a low risk position. I'm not going to get out until we cross over. Yeah, space is actually curling pretty hard right now. Tesla bounce, hold. Still
That's why I
holding.
fucking love your system, dude. It bounced right off the 5-minute bottom of the bottom of the 5-minute box. So I didn't even get in because I was gonna wait for that break.
Yeah, man, keeps you safe. And that
Yeah, literally,
5-minute
we
candle
went
holds
from
cost
70 to
basis.
98.
Ooh.
And now they're back at 53. So if I would have got in, I'd be down like 40%.
Yeah. NVIDIA? Yeah, we like NVIDIA right now to into that empty space up there. Rogue is here. She's keeping me safe. Isn't that right, Rogie? Tesla's curled. That's kind of impressive on Tesla. Look at that 5 minute. Still the overhead. Be patient, man. What am I taking on IWM? I took a speculative short a little bit through the punch down through 260, 217. And I mean they're cheap, out of the money target based contracts, so but I'm looking for a breakdown now underneath 261, which is a perfect target. Because this is, listen, folks, look, you have that kind of curl right here, bottom, pop, and then if we, obviously execute it the same way, we could see that same thing. But this is cost basis, and this is the trigger for price to lose the floor at 261.25. So. No, dude, I was not able to get out of TTD. I could not get out either. So, kind of sucked. I tried to sell twice. Yeah, Foz, right, dude. It did it. It was cheap. Hit 21, but yeah, it wasn't able to give me what I needed or fill me. Pause. Désolé. Uber. Dude, turn streamer mode off. I've already turned this shit off like 6 times. I just realized how crooked my monitor is. Contraband. You. I guess, yeah, if you want to look at it that way. You need a cash account. You need a cash account to be able to do that. One of my thoughts on snow. Jesus Christ. Look at that thing. What did it hit? Now that, hold on. Gotta be quick. Did you hit it? No, you didn't hit it. But it does look like you actually could see a nice rip on this one. You literally have one. Yeah, I was just gonna say, you fuck my, get it in there. But a 124.69, and I mean this thing could see a pretty strong V shape up to 126. But you're gonna be, because this thing is moving so fast, or yeah, quickly, you're gonna need to be utilizing this lower time frame. Switzerland aims to finalize U.S. tariff accord by the end of July. European Commission plans to regulate ChatGPT more strictly in the future. Okay. U.S. is likely going to approve the, what did I say, extension of waiver allowing sale of some Russian crude oil. Interesting. IWM still struggling. Still has that empty space up here. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, is possibly popping 262.15. Tesla still nothing. Rejected again off of the top of the box. It's going to be heading here for the 3rd time to the floor. TTI or TTD still could get above 2050 and do it. Mm-hmm. Uber monthly put? Yeah, right now maybe. Yeah, with that rejection overhead at 75.50, you obviously still have a floor to lose, but let's look at the monthly. The monthly looks pretty bearish. I mean, you've definitely been dumping for a pretty long time. Yeah. I think underneath that 69.91, Tesla's still sitting inside it. Yeah, dude, I've actually haven't seen Tesla move like this in a minute. Like just that pinch, like right at the bell, super pinch. I guess we saw a pinch like that here, but that was from 10:30. So must is to hope. I mean, at this point now, it feels more bearish, but I think
Yeah, I was just about to say, like on the 15, it looks pretty good down. But I'm still waiting.
yeah, you might. Yeah, 6 minutes left in this. Might scale in a little bit.
That 262.20 test looks imminent now.
Mhm. Like the video being so weak at the top of that box. Watch a small rejection on the video here back to 186.75 if we can't find our footing here. Nice job on Poet, dude. Jesus, ABGO. You know, I would take a bounce trade on PLTR. What's underneath it? Even if you just trading this one up for a retest, it could be fun. 126. Lower time frame. Yeah, you got everything you need right here, brother. Holy shit. Yeah, good stuff. 1 minute because it's moving fast, right? It gives me a super clear idea of where price could really reverse. I could see where you could set a stop loss on that or on that. Yeah, I like it. I actually that's all I'll say. I like it. Rightfully so. I gotta have it. It's problematic. Set this up. Jesus Christ. The gin. I mean, with everything curling up like this, you got to look at IWM and just, you know, at some point we can't call this bearish, and it has not lost any sort of structure to give it that bearishness. So I might have to leave that one fucking alone. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla is getting super compressed. I am watching this one very closely.
It's damn near making a new 5-minute box almost.
It's literally made a new box, yeah. And the fact of the matter is I mean the bounces are pretty impressive. New high on Nvidia, nice.
15
Or-
minutes really clean on Tesla.
Yeah. 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 All we had, listen,
349.
we know it's, yeah, I might even set this might even set up for a swing. So the fact that, listen, the fact that we're up here for the third time, and this is the type of price action that we've seen here every time. So let it work. Or let it twerk.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. Nasty little, what we call our home. We get blickies popping.
Come on, Nvidia, lead the market. Let's go.
I've been 180 to talk to one lady. She been regulating on how I feel. Who the fuck said stop tracking? Even if it doesn't work out today, just I'm basically factoring this as like I'm gonna make a bag on Tesla whenever this does happen, and the more structure it builds, right, the more opportunity we have to utilize it as an entry. So if it doesn't work out right now, or by the end of the day, then just put it on the watch list.
Hey Potter, on the video, I can hear you in the background. Somebody's mic must be on or something. 187.47 is where we need to close above.
It's equal highs. So yeah, you literally just need to clear the high. You don't have any structure underneath you. So if Nvidia cannot go and break and just go push a new high, then that. But about to be 10:30 here. Am I seeing us drop today? Not with the way the price action is moving at the moment. But if all of this bouncing and holding on the ETFs is for nothing, then yeah, I could. But we opened up in range, and where is the hardest place to trade? In range. Where's the hardest place to interpret price action? In range. So mark the guardrails out and be patient. I mean, even if you didn't even get it right here, you know, you're still looking at this as really what needs to be hit and broken. You know, there's a trade to 260, but ultimately to get to here, you know, that's a taller order. So yeah, I saw CRWV is ripping too as well. This one, it's actually sitting up against my target right now. New highs on Nvidia. Just 188. I want to cross 188.14, see if we can get this 188.90. Pretty surprised that the Qs are sitting where they're sitting. But you are heading up to the top for the third time right now as we speak on Qs. You usually don't want to take it for the breakout. I say Tesla to the upside. I say I'll do whatever it tells me to do when that time comes. Yeah, maybe Elon has news coming. This sort of tension on Tesla is pretty wild. Just, I'll have my eyes peeled on this one pretty much all day. The fuck is Sizzler? We don't have Sizzlers here. Or maybe we do. 1,300% on the 225 calls for Amazon. Bought the yearly membership last year on December. Haven't had time to really lock in and trade. Decided to pop in today. And with about $130 for the first time, I just managed to hit a huge... Damn. Young garlic. That's how it's supposed to be, man. Especially if you get busy, come back, slap a trade. Damn, dude, you made a bag.
PLTR just shot up a little bit.
Yeah, I have PLTR. You did hit the first green candle to your left, right here. IWM calls are printing like a motherfucker. I'm watching the premiums right now. We might have two different definitions of printing. Once we punch through this box, though, print, baby. Up the thirst of the land. Can you see through the wonder of amazement at the overman? Getting close on the video, guys. Damn, Chad. What are you going to do with all that money, man? 7 bands, bro. That's ridiculous.
Buy your family dinner when you get out to SD.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
We're going to Mr. A's.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds fancy.
It is.
He said it is.
I got kicked out the first time we went there, and I'm Mr. Collared shirt because I grew up in a golfing community, but my ex told me to wear this other shirt was like a non-collared shirt, and I get there and they said, "Sir, we need to give you a shirt or you can't come in." Like,
No shit.
I was so pissed. Yeah, that's why we're divorced now.
Ah! Oh my god, dude.
I told her before we left. I said, "I'm not going to get in if I don't wear a collared shirt." And it was embarrassing, but whatever.
Should have made a scene, dude. If you do have PLTR weekly contracts, this is the good place to trim some risk off. Obviously, there is more empty space up there on PLTR. Damn, that happened fast. Beautiful retest of 128, though. Damn, what happened? Was there news on this or something? That was a beautiful punchback. Dude, I'm getting so many spam people coming in here. By the way, if you're watching, I will not ever DM you for any sort of investment opportunity. I don't DM anybody on TikTok unless I'm replying to a message. Fucking A, dude. Those just went basically from, yeah, pennies, a couple, $20 to $200.
That little trade.
That was nice.
That was so nice.
All right, NVIDIA build right here. Let's go.
If we can go hit this one, if we can go fill up this empty space on PLTR a little bit further, I'm about to roll one up, dude. I don't even care. I'm about to call it Friday. It's been a good week. I think even strategically, like kind of sitting on the sideline. For me, just personally, I know a couple of individual equities went crazy, but some of those plays that you guys caught, I've been thinking about hiring a in-person assistant, probably a friend of mine or somebody. I need somebody to take trades outside of the I can only manage 3 trades at a time. So like I'll have to sit there and just fucking watch shit that I even did analysis on or call because like I have limitations. I can't juggle any more than 3. Tesla calls for the long term. You got talked about I talked to Astro about that one.
Well, I got a question about what you just said.
What's that?
So I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm kind of glad you just said this. So like you said, you can only manage three. Is that like three active day trades at one time, or like is that like, let's say you swung something and it isn't moving yet? Do you don't count that as a play or something that you're not having to manage?
Three day trades or taking three things at once. Anytime that I'm pulled by anything more than 2 to 3 stocks at a time, I get a little burned. Or I end up like now, yeah, if I swing something and if something's moving or hitting TP and I'm holding runners, I can, obviously there's some give and take with that. But if as far as like managing actively trades, whether that be 3 of them ripping or 3 of them dumping, or two are in range and building to break out, and I'm actively managing that trade, I can't do more than 3. And there might be some of you guys who could do more than that. And I've met individuals who could. I mean, God, we had people in here. I know exactly who the fuck you're talking about. We had a dude named Rollman in here, and he was in 50 fucking trades at a time. He just was shotgun blasting the market with fucking mostly metal, oil, and energy plays.
Maybe it's time to clone the old Potter box.
Yeah.
That was a
No,
weakness of mine early on, as I would get into way too many positions when the market was going up, and then that's why I'd lose a lot of my gains, because I would had too many things open when it would pull back. So
I don't
definitely
like
good
it.
to not have too much open.
Yeah, I don't like that I have that limitation, but I mean, I'd be lying to you guys if I, said that I could do more. I can't, but I also think of that as a double-edged sword. When I focus in and lock in on 3 plays or 2 plays at a time, or maybe I'm just really hyper focused on one, I typically move or size in harder. When my eyes are pulled in multiple directions, I tend to go lighter because I'm thinking more plays, more risk, so go lighter. And I spread myself a little bit thin doing that. And don't take the position sizes that I really want. It's like I get distracted. I had Amazon in my sight. I focused on it and I got it, so it's like I could have got more for sure, but
About to sell the double on NVIDIA Fridays.
yep. Guys, if you guys have NVIDIA, like Chad said, shout out to Chad, by the way, for
Mondays.
bringing that one up. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take some profit off of that one. Good job if you snag that one. So, Tesla, another fucking rejection. Insane. Yeah, that was a juicy fucking play right there. I'm done for the day. Beautiful, bro. Do we have Monday off?
No.
Yes, we do.
No.
No. Yeah, we do. No. Hey, man, I was trying to start something just now.
Maybe if you're Orthodox.
I am not. Last time I checked.
That's what I thought, Goy.
Yo! Goy boy! I need to join your Discord. I'm right here, Poppy. I'm sure I've seen your name a bunch in here because I can't remember how to pronounce it. Looks like it's just Chop. That means the break might come later. So, Walmart coming back to that floor. Yeah, welcome back, baby Joker. Glad to have you here for another month. What's up, brother? Walmart has seemingly become a more, I don't know, it seems like it's more liquid than when I first started. I say that. Yeah, I think, actually the candles are more grindy in 23. And that's, I think, when I started really watching Walmart here. I remember price picking up. Yeah, so get a lot of big pushes in there. Any relations to Harry Potter, perhaps? We had a similar life, except I didn't have a magic wizard come and whisk me away, Just had to thug it out, dig in. I think if you're sitting on the sideline right now, or you have maybe some speculative positions, this is a good place to just be watching the build. Start setting your alerts, clean up your chart, get your price target set. If we do see a dump on IWM, I see 260.59, plain and simple. Might add to those contracts if we actually start losing something, but that would more than likely be the 261.39 to the upside, which is still a possibility. I don't like the 3 rejections at the highs, but of course we haven't fully lost anything. So yeah, Trump did mention PLTR. I mean, how could he not? Yeah, PLTR hit 129. Look at that, guys. This is something that is, as new traders, learning this system, you gotta like, this is how you learn to trust it. Do you see what you fill up? Like, literally the empty space fills up rapidly, and then you see that price. Ooh, IWM, nice. Man, we are fucking whipping. Every time I look away, it just wicks down again. Right off of the fucking entry to the downside there. Where do I turn in my application for the Potter trading desk? Oh man, I don't even know where to begin when it comes to that. I really do want to hire somebody to manage the other side of my trades, or even take trades on my behalf. Obviously with my guidance, they wouldn't be alone, but they could copy trade their account to my account or something like that, and then I don't know, something like that. Goy Donald's. McDonald's is so gross. I'm sad that K-pop Demon Hunters partnered with them. I gotta go buy a Happy Meal and throw it in the trash. Well, they would also preferably be in my area, or in the area that I'm going to move to. These bounces are fucking insane.
Yeah, it's almost like futures. If you take something, you gotta take your profit within like a.
Well, that's the range, right? With futures too, like with those fast movements. By the way, somebody asked me, how many futures can I do at one time? Shit. I mean, there's no way I would ever take anything more. Huh? That K-pop meal is like an adult meal. It's 10-piece chicken nugget. Damn. Bounce amounted to absolutely fucking nothing. About 400. 400? Okay. I don't have any more PLTR. No. The next trade that I'm looking at on PLTR is a punchback on the 30-minute through this box. Stop. Stop. Guys, stop shaking my damn desk. Why are all my cats being terrorists today?
They learned from their master.
Oh my god, it sounded creepy.
Hey Potter, will you talk me out of?
Not about doing commercial.
I want to take Palantir for Friday for 190. That's what I want.
Okay, well, you just rejected the floor that you need to reclaim, so
199.
yeah, you need to reclaim 128.60 or reclaim that high. Unless you're taking it off of a bounce. But dude, so I did analysis on FMC. I think fucking it was early March, maybe even in here. And I talked about how I remember speaking about this one about how much empty space it had and how it would be difficult to likely do that. And there was a good chance that there was a channel here. You are building at the top of that channel. Now, the channel is trash, obviously, unless price, if price breaks it, that's fine. But 1677 is what you must hold or the channel is true. I hear the saxophones coming in on that one. Okay, Rogue, if you do not stop, I'm gonna eat you. That's right. I'm just kidding. I could not eat my Rogie pants. It's so nice. It's so nice having a cat just like sitting. I have the cat basket sitting on my desk, dude, and she's just right here. Anytime I get stressed out, just snack a pet. Just snack a pet. That's hilarious. Now I sound like I really do eat pets. But nah, just snag a pet. What kind of cats? I have a polydactyl tabby named Rogue. She has 7 fingers on each one of her hands. I've got a cat named the Black Pearl. We just call her Pearl. That's the name that people at PetSmart gave her. And then we have a manic terrorist cat named Toothless. And we have a spoiled baby cat named Anakin, who's also terroristic in his values. And then we have an outside cat, orange cat named Gouda, that won't let us pet him. Kind of makes me mad. And a Siamese cat named Gouda, or named Mocha, that lives outside. IWM is starting to push a little bit further down. I've been kind of just grabbing a couple contracts here and there. Keeping it out of the money. I've got a soft spot for cats, so. Snack a pet. What's more crazy, he's not actually toothless? No, but if he keeps fucking around and throwing up on my computer, he might be. I never wanted to have to fist fight my cat, man. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, he's a good boy, but he's just over grooms himself and throws up everywhere. Makes me want to die. On the 24-hour, how far back do you look? Most recent price action. So if it's, on Tesla, I would be looking at all of this and all of this, but not this or any of that. Show us the cat chair? I can't do that. Wait, I could do that actually. Hold on. Yeah, go to TikTok. I'll show you. I had to get back. There you go. She's in a basket. Show me pause. Yes, I'm holding IWM. What are you doing? Trading support cat. Yeah, she hangs off the side of my desk, and you know what? It's crazy. It will not let any other cat be in this basket, and then she's also too fat to get in the basket. So I just sit. She'll just sit here and meow at me, or if I could be in the shower upstairs, and she's like, I hear her like, meow, 'cause she wants somebody to put her in the fucking basket. Good God. I'm not body shaming, okay? But she could do better. On what, Jazane? Right now I have a speculative IWM puts. That's what I've been holding. They are getting eaten. I have a low risk position. I just added a couple more, but that's what I got. Right now, we have just created another fucking box, perfect box. So if you pop over here or you pop out of 263.36, that plays dead, and you're going to likely reapproach the highs. Stepping stool. Yeah, 259, 258, and then I also grabbed 257s just in case something, Trump says something. It to me, I think when I look at the 2 hour, I think it's very likely for us to maybe try that, and we're in a range. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at this from the higher time frame. You got 1, 2, 3, all in the same session, right? This is where we tell a story. Pop up, you can't break the high. You build to break the high. You pop out to break the high. You fail to break the high. What do you think you're doing? You're running out. So. Yeah. Well, 257s haven't really lost anything, Kristen. I think I bought this for like $5 or $6. And now they're like 3 to 4. Really cheap. 259s, those were a little bit more expensive in the 16s, or excuse me, 12s when I bought them. And now they're sitting around 5. So, but I bought a few more. I've been going over, my position is about $590. I'd like to add more. I'd like to add about $1,000 to that downside trade, but I can't do it if we can't even break our pre-market fucking low box, which is literally what we're bouncing off of still. Tesla puts? Tesla finna move, but I would just let it tell you where it's gonna go, okay? Stop. This is not one of those ones that you want to try to front run because it will fuck you up. It's getting to the point now that the tension is, it feels like news. I mean, when I see this type of tension, I feel like, there's got to be something that's about to pop this fucker, open. But yes, there is a possible leg down to 343.67 underneath the lows. Huh?
Did you hear that, Potter?
No. What'd you say?
Oh, 261 market pre-market lows on IWM.
Pre-market lows need to break as well. But if you look over on that chart, that wick is off of a pre-market box. So like, I wouldn't mind trying to short 261, 139 and look for, the pre-market low, which is that today. Yeah, that's actually all the way down at 260.90, and that would be a target or first target underneath us. But any scalping plays once we break this range, yeah, scalpers could be sitting, chomping at the bit right now, waiting for this break. You just need to be patient. Let this one pick a direction. What the fuck is Tesla doing? Scrunching, dude. I'm about to play a saxophone.
Taking my money.
Take it. Yeah, that it is.
I got bad luck with Tesla, man. I tell you. I don't know why I keep coming back to.
Man, I lost like 10K on Tesla.
You know
Yeah,
what
man.
though? I've had more luck with it the less I trade it. Like literally, if I hit it, quit it, leave it. Like somebody asked me why didn't I go short Tesla again? Like because it fell even further, it fell past my target, and well, I got what I wanted, right? I shorted from here all the way to fucking here, and then I got to play it to the upside. Then I got to trade it back down. I'm done. Why would I'm not going to sit there. Why do I get into trades? Because there's empty space. When that empty space is filled, I know that's my time to go. And I've just learned that, yeah, there could be more. I've watched many stocks keep going. I play in the pockets. I'm a pocket quarterback. I work for Tesla. Rogue, if you're going to so aggressively clean yourself to shake my desk, dude, you got to get a room.
Period.
Period. Or I'm going to play my saxophone. My dog barks at me when I play the saxophone. Hit it and quit it type of guy. Yeah.
All right, what are we doing with this new video here? This is. I mean, I don't know.
This is we're either building tension because and burning contracts because it's just fucking Friday, or there is sort of news. I would say right now, looking at Tesla, you could even say that this is bearish, right? At least, well, for right now, this could be considered bearish because you are just simply rejecting and refusing to go back up over 359. So,
but don't buyers got to jump in there and try to save their money?
I mean, nobody has to do any. It's not about what they have to do. Is do they have enough to do it? Are they out of buying power? Is there too much overhead selling pressure? Like all of those things really matter. Yeah, I have a few runners on PLTR. I have a speculative position on both IWM and Tesla, but other than that, I'm still waiting to pull the trigger on something hard. Tesla's great. I fucking love the way that this thing I'm gonna make a bag on, but it has to tell me it's time. It is time. I don't know how to play anything on the saxophone. I'm learning. I'm teaching myself how to play the saxophone right now.
Anyone still holding equity in INTC?
I am not, dude. Unfortunately, I definitely should still be, but no.
Thinking about getting out. That's a hell of a rip.
I had a final target of 64.75 on INTC. I mean, you could always reduce risk on your position, you know.
That's what I meant. I was gonna cut. It's in my kid's account. I was gonna cut half.
That's amazing. Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
INTC's been the best stock to hold the last 6 months.
Nice job, public servant. Johnson. Call. I had got caught. See, this is also something that's troubling me right now. And the way that we're moving is really curious. We're closing with a weekly IWM cost basis being hit. You know what I mean? And I'm really wondering if they're going to hold that candle there. Net Geo. Jack Jill. fucking Baron texted his dad, I have PLTR calls, Daddy, in my suitcase. Please pump my calls, Faza.
Papa, I need a tweet.
A tweet, Papa, in my suitcase. Yo, dude. You said I want to cry. Don't cry. Tears of joy. I just saw that. Dude, nice job, man. It's the full grade day. Full grade. Go to my brother court case. When did he become German? No, he his mom has such a heavy accent that he had like a little bit of an accent. And there's like a viral clip of him way back where he's like asking for his suitcase. And he's like, I love my suitcase. Sounds just like his mom.
Is that the song they made out of it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was him.
My animal, dude, the animals do not like saxophones, bro. Oh, I'm sorry, Coco. All right, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Right. Well, TikTok and YouTube, I don't know. We're just sitting here chopping. I don't want to waste your guys' time. We're just sitting here shooting the shit. I don't see anything else. A lot of individual equities ripped ass. And they've kind of fizzled out a little bit as well. Yo, look at how many rejections have come off the top of queues. That's actually absurd. I'll give it another 10 minutes, and if we don't move, I'm out of here. I mean, I'm not out of here. I'm still here, but you gotta get out of here. I'm playing the saxophone, Coco, so get out of here. Screw that. Ooh, sounded good. Usually it sounds like a dying mongoose. Trash. Price active?
I'm watching this thing, right, about the Straits of Hormuz. Right? We're supposed to have knocked them dead everywhere. How the hell are they controlling anything?
Don't puff my cheeks. I like when I puff my cheeks. Hey, yo, hold on. Just sold the double on the weekend for Monday. Best feeling. PBS feels like a cheat code. Looks like a fucking cheat code, dude. Jesus, look at that account. Is that? Oh, this is my paint hat. You know how many? Listen, I'm bad. I'm real. I have a confession to make. I have like probably like 40 hats, like Potter hats left, and every once in a while I can't find my hat. And if I'm like, if I'm in a tight enough situation, I'll just go grab a new one. But then at some point I find them all, the ones, and so I have like probably like 10 hats hanging on a hook. And they're all the same hat. But now I have a paint one, I have a yard work one. They get mixed up sometimes.
You should put it on eBay and see how much they sell for used.
That's Neil, you're not waiting for a hat. Oh my god. What's SMCI doing? Oh, good pop back up. Yeah. Cues are watch the cues here. What the fuck? Fingers. Peep to this though. Check this out right here. You're getting like a higher high deal right now.
Please.
This could be.
Whoa, yo. Look at it, 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 look at it. Ooh woo. Barajas, pussy Barajas. How much for the lawn one? Yeah, it was high for it. The lawn one. You still got shirts? Yeah, but I'm not really like. I mean, you can order them. I'm about to put them on TikTok Shop and have one of them auto printers do it, dude. I don't. I had fun. It was a blast, for sure. But I don't want to be packing up orders like that for 4 hours again. More actually, it was not 4 hours, like 5 hours. We had a good system though. It was really fun. But
hey, I got a guy, you know, you can subcontract that out.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to subcontract, but I don't sell. I'm not going to sell enough T-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah, no, I mean he'll do all the packaging, advertising, and all. And you might have a guy.
Since I started following you, I actually started hitting 200% plus gains. Never before. Thank you, man. I'm yeah. That's the food that I feed on, man. I get high on comments like that. Ivy, roll that testimonial up. Yo. But yeah, I still have some shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. They're just actually sitting right here in a box. Ways to get my stock up on videos to Blockbuster. I don't know. All right, TikTok, YouTube. I'll hop back on in a little bit, but this is hot dog water. It'll probably move once I leave, though. That's usually how that works.
Have a good lunch, buddy.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm just hopping off there.
Man, go.
Oh, he said go. Oh my. All right, fine. I'm out of here.